The Song of Nightingale. This story takes place during the reign of monarchs of Europe. This monarch had a wonderful palace, and the most attractive part of the palace was its lush garden, which was filled with flowers of all kinds. Some of these blooms can only be found in this garden and nowhere else on the planet. The gardener would adorn them with little bells. The garden was so large that if you looked all the way through it, you could see it led to the forest. A river ran through the forest, and next to it stood a tree that was home to a nightingale. The nightingale sang so sweetly that anybody who heard her melodies was amazed. People would travel long distances to see this kingdom because it was so well known. Writers created writings about the kingdom, and most of them included the nightingale and her songs. One such book was read by the monarch himself one day. He was caught in thought as he read about the nightingale.
Which of our kingdom's birds is this? It's something I've never heard of before.
He summoned his prime minister.
What exactly am I reading, minister? In our country, there is a bird called the nightingale, which sings so beautifully that it is considered as the most beautiful creature in the entire realm. How come we've never heard of it before?
I've never heard of such a bird, Your Highness.
Go find it and request that it perform before me in court by this evening.
Your Majesty, it is very plausible that the writers created the bird as a creature of their mind, and that there is no such bird in actuality.
No, this book was sent to me by the King of India. Nothing in the text can be false. I'd want to hear a nightingale sing. Bring it to me by the evening, or else the entire kingdom will be punished.
As you say, Your Majesty.
He asked everyone he met in the palace, above and below, left and right, but no one had heard of the nightingale. He continued inquiring about the bird to everyone he met. Finally, he met a tiny girl.
Nightingale? Yes, I did see her. I've also heard her perform. She lives close to the river.
They both arrived at the area of the woodland where the nightingale typically sang. The nightingale started singing. The young girl stated,
See? Take a look. That's the bird I mentioned.
I've never heard a more beautiful tune. When the king hears it, he will be overjoyed. Come to the palace, my lovely nightingale. The king wishes to hear you sing.
The king's request for me is an honor for me. I will undoubtedly attend.
They proceeded to the palace, carrying the nightingale with them. The palace had been lavishly ornamented and glistened with splendor. Every courtier and nobleman was present. A golden stand had been particularly erected for the nightingale. The nightingale landed on it and started singing. Her music was so captivating that it brought the king to tears.
My diamond ring should be worn around the nightingale's neck.
No, Your Majesty. Nothing appeals to me. My reward is that you like my music.
The king directed that the nightingale remain in the palace. A decorated golden cage was built for her. She was permitted to fly twice during the day and once at night. 12 soldiers accompanied her and tied a crimson ribbon around her legs. The nightingale despised flying in this manner. This went on for weeks. Someone once sent the king a box with the word Nightingale etched on it.
Surely a new book about the nightingale has been written.
However, there was no book in the package. The package included a diamond-encrusted nightingale, and when one tugged on its tail, it sang just like a genuine nightingale.
What a pleasure. So let us make them both sing together.
Both nightingales were made to sing together, but their combined sound was unappealing. the true nightingale sung anything she wanted, and the artificial one only knew the tunes that were pre-programmed into it. Only the artificial nightingale could thereafter sing. Its voice sounded just like a nightingale's. She looked stunning, thanks to her glittering jewels. Later, the monarch expressed his desire to hear the true nightingale.
What happened to the nightingale? Did anyone witness her take off? How is it that no one knows where she has gone? She appeared to have departed the palace.
Everyone in the court was relieved to have the fake nightingale, to which they listened again, regaling themselves with its melodies.
We are overjoyed with this gift from India's king. Minister, please plan a concert for next Sunday. I wish the entire kingdom could hear this nightingale's lovely singing.
As you desire, Your Majesty.
The nightingale performance was scheduled for the following Sunday. Everyone enjoyed it.
Oh, this is excellent, but not as good as a true nightingale. One gets brought to tears when she sings.
The mannequin nightingale was put near the king's bed in the king's rooms. The king would listen to her songs before retiring to bed, and he had bestowed the title of the royal singer upon her. However, as the artificial nightingale was singing for the king one night, a sound of something shattering was detected from within it. The next morning, the monarch had it repaired by a watchmaker.
Your Majesty, I extensively studied this gadget, and if I try to fix it, it may lose its songs. I'm sorry to tell you that it will never be able to sing again.
Many years have passed. The king became ill, and his health deteriorated.
Your Majesty, will you please have something to eat? What should I bring you?
The king remained silent. He was deteriorating, and it looked like he could not be saved. He was having trouble breathing. He recalled nothing, except...
Sing. Sing, my dear nightingale. Sing.
But the nightingale remained still. The monarch was unexpectedly awakened by the sound of singing outside his window. The king's face lit up with hope and gladness. When he struggled to open his eyes, he noticed the genuine nightingale sitting at the window.
You returned? Sing. Sing, my sweet nightingale. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, my dear nightingale. Why did you abandon me? But today, by returning, you have given me back my life. How am I going to repay you?
Your Majesty, you've already given me a prize. When I sang in front of you for the first time, you were brought to tears. What could be a better prize for an artist?
Stay with me always, my dear nightingale. Sing only when you are moved to do so. I will never compel you again.
No, Your Majesty. This palace is too big for me. I'll come whenever I feel like seeing you. I'll construct a nest nearby, and anytime you need me, I'll fly to you and sing for you. I will tell you everything about the kingdom through my music.
All right, I concur.
The nightingale flew away as he said this, and the monarch recognized that we should not cage and enslave birds. They too have the right to live their lives as they see fit. Nobody is allowed to enslave anyone, and birds look best flying free and singing in trees and woods. The end.